All right, guys. So we're starting to record here. This is Team Resilient Hearts and Team Living with Purpose team's call tonight, and we are going to discuss the 4 vital behaviors. Yay! All right, let me see here. Let's get to my share screen. I always go to the wrong thing when I'm sharing screen. I always go to the actual screen, and I can do it through the Zoom call. Sorry. All right. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Can you guys see the slide? Okay, so hang on one second, it's loading. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to go over, did you guys see the challenge pack sales? Can you guys see that? I don't know if your faces, I have your faces in front of my thing. Can you guys see the prices and stuff, or no?
No. I shrunk it down to 1 square so it only shows the active top, the active
oh, okay.
speaker.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't even know that you could do that. Thanks, Teresa.
I know.
You're welcome. I don't like not seeing myself though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I don't look weird or doing something.
So funny. All right, so the challenge pack sales for June, because we're already at the 29th today, so we've got a couple more days. And actually, I think the challenge pack sales go live at sometime on the 31st in the afternoon. So we've got the 21-day fix, which I think we all love that program, right?
Yeah.
21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme. So I'm happy that they've got those programs up. And it's the normal, challenge pack sales that they have. They've got the 21-day fix and Shakeology for $140. They've got the 21-day fix extreme and Shakeology for $140, or you can get either one of those with the Kickstart, which is the 3-day refresh, plus the 21-day fix or extreme and your Shakeology. And those are both $180 each. So that is June's challenge pack sales. All right. So what we're talking about tonight are the 4 vital behaviors. These are behaviors that, as coaches, we should be doing every single day without fail. Consistency it's equal to success. If you look at any of the successful coaches in Beachbody, it's because they are very consistent in their activities, and especially now, even more of the successful coaches. I was listening to a leadership call the other day, or a leadership video the other day, and even the really successful coaches are getting back to the basics because that's what works, and teaching our teams to do the same is really important. So the 4 vital behaviors, number 1 is be proof the products work. That should be self-explanatory, although for me, I actually got sucked into not sucked in, I love the business. I didn't mean to come off negatively, but I enjoy the business so much. I enjoy creating things. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy the business side of it so much that for a long time, I got away from being proof the products work. I would skip workouts most of the time. I would drink my Shakeology every now and then, even though I feel better on it. But if you miss days here and there, you miss 1 day, it leads into 2 days, it leads into 3 days. I mean, we've talked about it. You and I have talked about it, Teresa, how just missing a day or 2 can throw your entire week off. So it's just really important to be proof the products work every single day. Now, some of the highlights that the successful coaches will tell you to do is choose one program and complete it from beginning to the end, and share your journey along the way. Sorry, I can barely talk today. Share your journey along the way, and then share your results too. That's what's going to move your business forward, is showing people that you are actually doing what you say you're doing, that you're actually doing what you want them to do. They'll follow you because you're actually leading the way. And then obviously drink your shake every day and share it, not just a selfie, not just Not just like a picture of your shake, like holding it up or whatever. Like every once in a while, if you want to do that, that's fine. But share how it makes you feel. Share what difference it's made for you. Share how, like, if you're off of it, how crappy you feel. I mean, that's honestly, like, that's when I notice it the most, is when I run out of it or something and I feel horrible, and that's the reason why. Kristen, you and I were talking about that, right?
I shared that the other day because I ran for a whole week, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited, like, when I got my Shakeology back.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was buying more cold brew. I was, like, making poor eating choices. Like, a whole week's a long time not to drink your Shakeology.
It is. That is a long time. It is a long time. It does make a big difference, too, in the way you feel. So just make sure to drink it every day and share, like, your thoughts and your feelings about it. And obviously, you want to share pictures about it, too. But, you know, it's important that people understand how it makes you feel. And this isn't really proof of the product, eating healthy and offering tips on how to make it a lifestyle. But I think as coaches, like, we tend to do that. We should do that. You know, you can have your color-coded, I mean, you can work in your products into the pictures or into your post also about that, though. Like, have your containers in the background. Show people, like, what a plate full of, like, a red, a yellow, and a green looks like. Show them how much food that is. I did a post the other day. I should have put it in the slides, and I'm sorry I didn't. But I did a post the other day where I was drinking wine. Not that I should be promoting drinking, but, I mean, you are allowed to have your little glass of wine on the fix. So I was still on plan, and I was enjoying myself. So that's a big deal. So basically, like, work that stuff into your posts and share what you're doing. The other thing I wanted to talk about, too, is for newer coaches especially, or coaches that just haven't been being proof the product works, like me. I chose one of the shortest programs to do so I can share my story and share my results in 3 weeks. I'm doing the 21 weeks right now. I'm actually on the last week, so I will have my results next week, or like at the beginning of next week. But you also have an option to do the 3-day refresh. Like, you literally could do the 3-day refresh, be a brand new coach, do the 3-day refresh, post your day 1 pictures and your day 3 pictures, and you have a story to share, and you have results to share. And then the following, like right after that, jump into the 21-day fix, and you've got a day 1 to share, and 3 weeks later, you've got an after picture to share. That in 1 month, you've shared 2 transformation pictures of yourself. That's a pretty big deal, you know. And I'm not saying you have to do those short programs, but I am saying that those will get you quick results, you know, using our products, which you can share with people, and people want to see that what we're doing is working. Like, that is the main selling point of, you know, what we do. So, do you guys have anything to add to that? Being proof the product works. You guys are so much better at, like, sticking to your workouts and meal plans and everything else than I am.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Maybe I just don't always tell when I wasn't. But I like to give the tips and how to make it, you know, easier, you know, how I made my meals on Sunday, but now I'm eating it on Friday.
Right.
You know, at work. So.
And
it still tastes good, and it's not moldy or whatever.
Right.
Another thing that I like to do too is, like, kind of making the product, like, proof the products work too, is like share recipes or like my food too, because then people can see you're eating clean and they know, like, you're someone to go to for clean eating. So that's like a good one too.
I totally agree with that. That attracts a lot of people, actually, so that's good. Awesome. All right, so let's see here. Personal development. Like, I think every single person, I know all 3 of us, because we're all really close, we have struggled with it in the past. Yeah. And we've all realized how much of a difference it makes in our business, in our lives. I pulled this quote, like this picture of this quote, because personal development is like that. So it says, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why they recommend it daily. That was Zig Ziglar that said that. I mean, personal development is the same way. Like, that is our motivation. I think, like, I feel like when I read something or listen to something, it gets me pumped up. You know, depending on what it is that I'm struggling with at the time, I try to listen or read something that pertains to that. And it makes such a big difference. Such a big difference. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, it affects not only our business. Like, it doesn't just help our business, it helps our life. Like, I have learned different leadership skills. I have learned how to work with people a little bit better, with their personalities a little bit better. It helps you in every area of life. And so I want to take a moment to talk to all the people that say they don't have time for personal development, and call you out on it and say that's a load of crap. Because you can listen to an audiobook, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to YouTube videos. You do not have to sit down and focus and take mad notes every time you're trying to listen to something for personal development. You do not even have to watch the YouTube bless you. You do not even have to watch the YouTube videos. Like, you can just listen to that stuff. I listen to those in the car. I listen to them while I'm getting ready in the morning. You can listen to them while you're doing chores or running errands. You know, you guys all have 10 to 15 minutes a day. I mean, I recommend more. If you listen to any of the successful coaches in our business, they listen to personal development a lot.
A lot. More than 10 to 15 minutes.
A lot more, I know. Yeah. I think it was Scotty Hobbs that says that he listens to it while he works out. He listens to it while he does chores. He listens to it.
When he used to drive to work, he used to listen to it. He was like hours and hours, like 3 to 4 hours of like 3 hours or something.
He listens to it a lot. And I know all the top coaches, even if they're reading, like I do too, because I get to be at home. So I increased my reading time to like at least a half hour every day. That makes me feel good, you know. But when I worked full time, I would just listen on the way to work and on the way home from work, while I got ready in the morning. Sometimes when I took the dog for a walk. You know, sometimes you just want to have music. I get it. I don't always want to have personal development, but there's no excuses. Like, we're all in the car at least 10 or 15 minutes a day, and if you can do more, it's better. Another tip I have when you're reading, like, there's two types of readers. The guys that just don't like to read at all, which you don't have to. You can listen to audiobooks. And then there's the types like me that get so involved in the book that I can spend like 2 hours reading. And even though I have time during the day, like I need to be productive. Like, I could not take like this a 2-hour chunk of time and sit and read. So I set my timer for 30 minutes every day. And I sit down and do my personal development. And then that's it. Just commit to your 10 or 15 minutes or more. I recommend more if you can. Like, it's so important. Like, this probably is, I mean, they're all vital behaviors. That's why they're called vital behaviors. But I would venture to say that without this, your business is going to suffer. And guess what? This is the most skipped vital behavior there is, for sure. A lot of people don't think that they need it. I'm here to tell you, we all need it. We're all growing, and you should always, like, you could be a millionaire and you should still be listening to personal development because you still need to be developing.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on personal development. How about you guys? Do you have anything else to add?
No, I agree with what you said, though. It's like the easiest one that can be to skip, but like as soon, I noticed too, though, like as soon, I can tell though, like even though it's easiest to skip, like the days I skip my personal development, by my overall mood, I just don't feel like the same.
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah, totally. I took some personal development recommendations from Lindsay Matway's group that she shared. So I don't know, just in case you're looking at the recording, you can screenshot this slide here, and I can actually put this slide in our team page as well. because it gives you great suggestions on whatever you're struggling with. Like, that is another thing. I get asked a lot. I think, Kristen, we were just talking about this too. Does like your daily devotional count as personal development? My personal feeling is if your daily devotional is helping you grow in an area that you're struggling with, then you can count that as your personal development. However, if you are already strong in that area, like I feel like my relationship with Christ is great. I mean, you have to keep building that, but I do not count that as personal development. I don't count my daily devotional. I do both. I do like my devotional every day and I do personal development. So I really think personal development needs to be aimed at something that you're struggling with currently. And if none of these situations fit you, reach out to one of us, reach out to your coach. We will find a recommendation for you. We have a lot of resources. We network with a lot of successful people. We can find a recommendation for you with whatever it is you're struggling with at the moment.
Or another thing too, if you can always just post in the Girl Boss group too. Like that's a great resource. There's like hundreds of coaches in that group. So I'm sure like something that you've been struggling with, like if you post in there, you might even get like a better answer because there's going to be more. That's
what the groups are there for. So you're right. That is a great resource too. So, okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is another fave. Like all of these, I mean, they're really simple to do, or they're really easy to do. Wait, how does that saying go? They're really simple to do, but they're not always easy to do. I don't know exactly how the saying goes. Do you know?
They're simple to do, but they don't always get done. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think you guys probably understand what we're saying. They're really easy, simple tasks to do, but they're also easy not to do. That's what it is. They're easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. You know, and this one is always like, people are very fearful of this one. I think the three of us that are on the call right now, we're pretty decent. Like, we've got a good rhythm down, so I don't think the three of us have been intimidated by inviting lately. But at first, it is really scary. Like, it's really, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's the one thing that you at least I did. I shouldn't speak for you guys. I would put it off and put it off and put it off, and I always do the inviting last during my power hour. And guess what? I would never get around to it. And then I'd be like, oh, well, I'll just double up tomorrow. And then I'd do it again and put it off, and I wouldn't do it again tomorrow. And the next day I'm like, oh, I'll just do it, triple. You can't do that. It doesn't work. I'm a testimony to that. It doesn't.
I am too.
Yeah. You have to invite every single day. And inviting can be so many different things. Like, you always want to have something to invite to. You want to plan your calendar ahead of time, whether that's, doing something as a team or not. You guys are all your own CEOs. You guys are all your own bosses. You need to be planning your calendar every single month as if it was a business, because it is. This is your bread and butter. Like, you should always have something to invite to. So if I am sharing, that I've got a challenge group or something coming up that you guys want to be a part of, that's totally fine. You can invite to, my group. That's fine. But unless you're a newer coach, like if you're a newer coach and you've only been a coach for like a month or two, maybe even 3, you should be branching out on your own and starting your own group, this is your own business, so you can do it however you want to do it. And I just want to go over a few things that count as inviting, okay? When I put up here to be your friend, that's really adding to your network. So your first invite would be to invite them to be your friend, like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the case may be. That is really called adding to your network. It's part of your power hour. I don't necessarily count that as an invite, but that is one form of an invitation. You can invite them to a free group. So you run a 5-day free clean eating group, you run a 30-day abs challenge, you run, a plank challenge, a water challenge, whatever. You always do a free group and invite people to that. Our bread and butter is challenge groups. So you should always have at least one challenge group every single month to invite people. You can invite people to be part of your team. Just by and this is simple, like, don't let this scare you. If you see somebody is great, they're posting fitness, they're posting nutrition, they really want to help people, just message them, like, start a conversation with them, get to know them a little bit, and ask them, hey, have you ever considered doing what I do as a coach? And open up, that counts as an invite. Right there, that sentence. Have you ever considered doing what I do as a coach? That is a huge invitation because it starts a conversation back and forth. And from that point, you can share. You can invite them to watch a video. You can invite them to your sneak peek. You can invite them to like a webinar or any other kind of opportunity, whether it's me hosting it, whether it's, one of our upline that's hosting it, or you just send them a video, about the coach opportunity. That counts as an invitation. You can start a fit club. You can start, there is information in the back office on how to start a fit club. There's different waivers and things that you need to have. But if you have, a venue that you can host a fit club at, it doesn't have to be complicated. You could even do it at the park. You could do it wherever. Like now that we have Beachbody on demand, you could pretty much do fit clubs anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can invite them to a shake and share or like a home party. I don't have specific information in the back office, I don't think, on shake and shares. There might be, I'm not sure. But if you look on YouTube, Google it, you can find out. You can host like a little appetizer party from appetizers all from the 21-Day Fix and cocktails. They have cocktails from the 21-Day Fix, the Fix It cookbook. And have some Shakeology for people to do. You can create an event on Facebook and invite people to your event. So there are, and this is probably not even all the ways to invite. Do you guys have any like other things? I tried to think of everything I could possibly think of to invite to.
I think that's about all I invite to.
You what?
I think that covers the things that I have invited to before.
Yeah. I think it's pretty. I mean, there's so many things though. I was listening to another YouTube video. I don't remember who it was, but she was actually talking about another coach, Anita Myron, who has videos on YouTube on how she organizes her month. And she has something to invite to every single week. Every single week. I think the first week is a free group. The second week is a Coach Basics training. The third week is a challenge group. And the fourth week is a sneak peek. So you have something to invite to every single week. You should be inviting every single day. And the only way you're going to do that is to have something to invite to. So make sure to structure your calendar that way. So you always have something to invite people to. Do you guys have anything else to add to that on the invite process?
And I have something like I could add too.
Yes.
On like the inviting process too, like I sometimes consider like forming. Did you say forming as part of inviting too, or no?
I didn't, but that's actually, getting to know people. Invite them to get to know you.
Yeah, that's something like in the beginning I struggled too. It's like about inviting, like, do I have to invite them to challenges? But just like forming with them in the beginning, I think is a good way.
Yeah, I do think that you should always like get to know people before. I mean, it works. Every coach has their own way of doing things. Some coaches cold invite people and it works for them.
Some coaches,
And Kristen, we've talked about it a million times. And I think Teresa, we've talked about it too. And it's better for us to like form a relationship, at least a little bit of a relationship with people before you invite them to whatever you're inviting them to. So I think that's good. Awesome. Okay. And the fourth vital behavior. This one's new. Okay. So, and I'm sorry, like my slide is kind of all over the place with this one. I was running out of time creating slides tonight. Okay, so who do you recognize? Recognize is the newest one. You want to be recognizing your coaches that are in your downline. You want to recognize your challengers, like anybody that's in your challenge group. Your fellow team members, like maybe it's a success partner or just a team member, that you're friends with that did something and, you want to shout them out. You can do that. And I even added, like down here, I even added your friends. Like if you have a friend that did something, on Facebook, just shout them out. Like how awesome is that to like get praise from somebody for and not be expecting it at all?
Yeah.
And there's so many different things you can shout people out for. And this is definitely not all inclusive at all. You can, as a coach, if you're shouting out your coaches, you can recognize them for Success Club. You can recognize them when they sign up their first coach. Recognize them when they sell their first challenge pack. And your challengers and clients and things like that, you can recognize those people for their dedication to their workouts, like if they're being consistent. How awesome is that to be shouted out, like, that you got your workout in every single day? That's amazing. Obviously, you could always shout out their weight loss or their inches. You could even shout out their participation, that they're just killing it in your group. And you know what all that does? It not only helps your business, but it is putting good karma out into the world, and that comes back to you tenfold. When you're recognizing people and just being selfless with compliments and praise, so, I mean, not only does it make that person feel good, it makes you feel amazing, and it attracts people to you, to your team, to your vibe, so they say. I think that's, I'm glad that they added this as a fourth vital behavior. I need to get better with it. I am not very good with it. It is new, like within the last couple months, right? I think it's the last couple months.
Sorry, my daughter's in the room, so that's why I muted.
That's okay.
I want to say since like recently, last like April, I want to say.
Yeah, in the last couple months.
Saturday.
Yeah. So I mean, that's really all I have. Do you guys have anything to add to that one? To recognize? I might have missed something because I was kind of rushing through that one.
And I have a question about it.
Okay.
Now, for your challengers, would you recognize them on your public Facebook page, and would you do that without asking them first?
I have heard coaches do it both ways. I have heard coaches that just tag people in it. I would say if it's weight loss or inches lost, I would ask them first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Personally. Like, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I would probably ask them ahead of time, even for dedication or participation, because not everybody wants the other people to know that they're in this group and that they're trying to do this.
Yeah,
right?
Some people like specifically like nobody else can see this, right? I don't want anybody knowing I'm even in this, and
Yeah.
So I thought maybe a good idea would be to do like a poll, because I have a lot of people that repeat, so that would cover them into the future. If you ever change your mind, let me know. But from here on out, are you okay with it if I give you a shout out?
Right. And let them know that you're not including
yes or no
or anything either, because I think that scares people as well.
Yeah, I would never do, their pictures or anything, but just a nice quote or something with mentioning them,
Right. Yeah, I think it is a good idea. I mean, I'm more comfortable asking them ahead of time. And you know what? Every time I have asked, I haven't gotten a no, because people are excited that you recognize it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if it is a no, then it's a no. Then obviously it would have probably like hurt the relationship if you did it anyhow. So, and as far as coaches go, like, honestly, like if they're not if they're a hobby coach or a business builder coach, I don't ask usually. If they're a discount coach, however, I treat my discount coaches as a challenger, so I would also ask them ahead of time. Anything else you guys have to add? Or questions or?
I was gonna say to Teresa too, something I do sometimes, it's not, even though it's kind of not really recognizing them, I guess at that point, but like I'll post it on Facebook. I'll just say, what am I, my challengers telling me, like they're getting amazing results, and like they know. So in a way, it's like they know who it is. Like
that is actually a good point. I forgot who I see. I listened to so many YouTube videos. I don't even remember who I listened to. But somebody did say that they like shout out like anonymously, like my challengers did this, and then she even said that a lot of times they'll like pipe up in the comments and be like, "Oh, that's me, I did that,"
Yeah, and then that way too, and then you're giving, in a way, when you do that too, you're giving your challenger like credibility too at the same time. So
yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that.
I've done that both ways. So yeah, I wanted to share that with Teresa.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, that's actually all I have for you guys tonight. I mean, it's simple stuff. I know it's simple stuff, but it's like the most important stuff of our business. And I guarantee if our business isn't moving forward, it's usually because of one of these 4 things. Always.
Or not being consistent with them. Not right. Consistency with all that.
Yeah, these things have to be done every single day. Like, it's not optional, and we treat it. I mean, I know I have. Like, I'm sorry I'm speaking for you guys. I shouldn't speak for you guys. But I know I have. Like, I will be on track with my workouts and Shake-Yo, like, every couple of days. Or I'll be on track with my Shake-Yo, do my workouts every couple of days. Be on track with my business, not do the workouts at all. Do the workouts and then not do my invites. So all 4 of them. You got to do all 4 of them. Mm-hmm. Bottom line, right?
Right.
All right. And then Kristen and I talked, and we are going to start doing these calls. Instead of doing them every Sunday, we're going to start doing them every other Sunday. So it works out to be, since we're doing it tonight, it's going to be like the 2nd and the 4th Sunday of every month. Well, just every other Sunday. So I'm going to have to be really good at posting in the right? Every 2 weeks is what we talked about, Kristen?
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think that's better. I don't want it to take so much time that we're always in meetings. Even though I do enjoy like talking with you guys like face to face, but with the Bombshell Dynasty call, which I think is important for everybody to listen to, and also the wake-up call is really important to listen to. I kind of relate it to when I worked in an office. Like, we would have meetings about meetings and like never get to the actual work part. So I don't want to take time away from you guys for that. So I think every other week's going to work out better. All right, guys, I guess that's it. So if anybody listening to the recording has any questions, you can comment below, comment on the YouTube channel, comment on the Facebook post, and we'd be happy to help you. All right, guys?
All right.
All right, have a good night, ladies.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.